Hey guys, look. Of course, I don't have any makeup on, but and on here it really doesn't show it justice. I mean, it's an extremely like a dark lavender, actually. But it's weird because I used 3 jars on this, but you can still, well, it looks like on here you can still see red highlights. I guess the Irish is not leaving me. I had my ghost radio on. Uh, just that. Uh, anyway, um, I wish I could show. Can y'all see this? It's really not a bad color. I don't know how to get it up here to where you can see it better. It's lavender. um, I don't know how to. Maybe if I step back. Now you can see it a little better. Of course, I still don't have any makeup on and all that. So um, this is definitely a first for me. But and I don't have any conditioner on it. Because I just didn't want to put any on there and take the chance of wasting the money I spent on the. And this is just semi-permanent um, because I didn't want to get something that I would have to actually have my hair stripped and all that. Uh, it's actually pretty. It's just not showing up good right here. But anyway, now I have purple hair. Yeah, I told y'all. See what being bored does to me, and this is the first time in my life I've ever done anything like this. So, and I'm thinking about, I have about a half a jar left, and I was thinking about going ahead and using the rest of it because it's actually a pretty color. If you could see it in person, this does not do it justice. Um, it's just when I look at it, I'm like, wow. uh, but and I'm telling y'all, my house, don't be surprised tonight. Every once in a while, it gets extremely active. And my son and his girlfriend just left, and almost as soon as they walked out the door, things started going on. I think since they've been here, my friends are a little bit leery about making themselves known. But um, just a second ago, right before I started this, I had 2 pots sitting over here. They're clean, but I had them up there kind of on top of each other, and they got moved. I still have them in the sink drying because my strainer's full, or my drainer is full, and they just shift positions. And then I looked over there and I said, "Okay, don't startle me. I don't care if you're here, but I'm a very jumpy witch." And turned back around. I thought, well, maybe I'll turn on my ghost radio, and see if something's wanting to communicate with me or someone. And the minute I turned this on, it was really loud over there. Nothing going on, just it just kind of. And I was on my computer, and you can see even without the way I'm looking at it now, you could see a reflection behind me when I was playing my game. and I could see my strainer there, that the white on top, just flip over, which moved the other little frying pan underneath it. Everything just once again. So I don't know what they said. Uh, but yeah, um, it's pretty active around here tonight. Just all of a sudden, like I said, ever since my son and his girlfriend just left to go somewhere, I don't know where they're going at 3 o'clock in the morning, but they're adults. So um, anyway, I thought I'd get on here and have a chat, um, see how everybody's doing. I've been, of course, I did look. Did you hear her? She said, "Look." What am I looking at? I did see. Are you the one that just dumped my dishes? I'll be right back, guys. Seriously. There's some. Okay. No, seriously. I'll be right back. There's something moving around in my living room. I can see the reflection of it in my picture. And it's not my cat because she's laying on her perch on the back of the couch. Hang on. I'll be right back. What? Oh, well, whomever it is just kind of roaming around. Did y'all hear that? She just said, cute house. And before that, she said, everything is dizzy. Cute house. Thank you. I don't know who it is. Can you by chance tell me who you are? You're a thing? What kind of thing? I don't hardly ever turn it on anymore, but as I said tonight, it's really active around here. As soon, like I said, as soon as they walked out the door and drove off, within 5 minutes, things started going on. So, but I can't sit here with my hair down. It'll just get all in my face and in my way. So I showed it to y'all. I'm gonna put it back up. You ought to see my fingers though. I mean, I wore gloves while I was doing it, but when I went to rinse it out, it pretty much stained my fingernails. So I got unintentional purple uh, fingers and fingernails. Well, that's not going to look wonderful, but y'all don't care, do you? It's just me. But yeah, they're You can already see them, but they're purple. Most of it's coming off my hand now. I've done so many dishes today, but I don't seduce. I don't know. Anyway, so that's what I'm up to. Um, Mystery. How I really, now that I've got the house to myself, to where? Commute to where? I told y'all it's just nonstop. Um, Forgot what I was saying now. Uh, anyway, so because I have several things I need to do. I need to make I need to use up the rest of my candle wax. I'm tired of it being in there in the floor. I got some more jars to make them in, so I need to get that done. There's a spell I want to do, and here lately I have been watching too much of the social media and the news. And I have to be really careful, as I said before, about how much of that I watch, because I honestly get extremely upset. And they had a picture of this, was a video of this little puppy, looked like a German Shepherd or maybe even a Husky. Uh, it was little. I couldn't really tell what it was going to be, but it was black and white. And somebody had left their house, moved out. The house was abandoned, and nothing at all but trash and junk in it. And somebody had left this puppy chained to this tree out in the yard. And uh, I guess the puppy, how they do themselves, trying to get away or whatever. Oh, I cannot get this to go up right, y'all. Um, how they, run around the tree or whatever. They end up getting themselves tangled up. And this is probably what happened to this little puppy, because when this guy got there, he couldn't even lay down. He had the chain wrapped around here and had his arm stuck out one part, and then had it. It wasn't absolutely uh, around his neck, or he probably would have choked to death. But it was hanging pretty low and all up and around in here. The puppy couldn't hardly move. Anyway, I guess someone found out about it, and this man went to rescue it. And I just love watching videos like that. It gives me hope that everyone and all mankind isn't heartless and assholes. You know, um, I like seeing videos like that. But then I also get mad when I think about who might have just left it there. You know, a puppy, no way to defend itself. It was chained up. It couldn't run. And this was out in the woods. I mean, anything could have come out and just eaten it alive. It wouldn't have had a chance, you know? Um, I just honestly don't have any kind of use for people like that. Okay, I don't. Um, I would love to do the same thing to the person that left that puppy there. And I do wish the harshest luck on them that Hecate will allow for that sort of thing. It just, I don't see any, it's pointless. What is the use of being that horrible to a poor little animal. You know, really, does that make you feel like a some kind of big person? You know, it's sickening. And it's even more sickening that I have to share my air with trash like that. Um, then there was another one on Facebook posted that somebody had left uh, this dog out, and it was up in another state. And you know, in most states, for some reason, Father Winter has decided he's not willing to let go right as of yet. So we're getting some pretty cold weather, and further north, there's even snow. So you can, somebody left this dog out there, a medium-sized dog, on a chain, um, in a like a carry-all. Wasn't even a dog house. It was something you'd carry a dog around in, and it didn't even look big enough for that dog to be able to get into for any kind of shelter if it needed to. Y'all just don't realize how mad that makes me. I get furious whenever I see stuff like that, and um, sometimes I am speaking. Yes, he says speak, and you know, I beg the goddess, please deal with whoever did this the harshest way that you can. And she knows who's doing these sort of things. Um, and what's even worse, and I did not know until Facebook that there are uh, really horrible people out there that will leave a dog chained up somewhere out somewhere and to attract, say, bears, uh, depending on where they're at, lions, you know, the mountain lions, um, stuff like that. Use kittens to, they'll paint them different colors, you know, spray paint them colors like we used to do the little chicks for Easter, and put numbers on, or they wouldn't put numbers on them. Just somebody would pick a color to see which one would be the last one alive when they stick two pit bulls on them. Yeah, they better hope and pray that I don't ever, 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 ever catch somebody doing that. Fair warning. No, I'm not threatening to kill them and all that, but I will put every ounce of my witchy power into my goddess and become her. And one way or another, they will pay. They will have the most horrible life. Not death. Death's too good for people like that. I want them to stay alive. I want them to suffer. And that's how I think when I see stuff like that. Y'all just don't understand how honestly bad it upsets me. Just to know that there are actually scum people out there like that. You know, how horrible. What kind of people? I mean, would you want them around your children if they would do that to a poor defenseless animal? Seriously? What use are they? You couldn't trust them with anything, you know, around your kids, yourself. I mean, no. Anyway, okay, I'll get over that now. Just telling y'all how my nights, I've had one of these nights that are kind of like this. I'll be feeling fine, and then I'll see something, and everything just falls apart again. But what I did do was write a spell or an incantation to do a spell on the people that do stuff like that. And there are ways to get pictures of these people. I'm not going to tell you how because I don't want to mess up to where I can't do it. And no, it's not trolling them. It's really very simple. Hi, Aiden. If I drink poison and live, does that make me a real witch? No. Did I really need to answer that for you? Makes you a real dumb witch. We do have human organs, my love. Poison is not good for us either. Are you at work? Sing. Sink. You can't see me, but I'm rolling left. Well, you better not be drinking. Oh, you are? Well, I was gonna share this spell, the incantation. I think I'll wait though, because I haven't. These are gonna be extremely powerful herbs that I use for this, and I haven't really. I know one ingredient that's gonna be in it, in my potion, but I'm not sure of the other ones yet, so I think I'll wait. But I mean, I don't even have to. Honestly, I better turn that off. Um, I don't even have to sit at the altar and light my candles and make a special oil and rub it on the candles. I do that for more energy to the spell, more purpose, and also to spend time with Hecate. Um, she loves doing spells with her witches. Um, but I guess I can go ahead and read y'all my incantation. Um, how have you been? Also, there is somebody in the house with some nasty attachments. I think you already know about that, right? Yes. Yeah. Um, when right before I got on here, um, my son and his girlfriend left, um, and immediately, this house has been since they've been here. It's been pretty quiet. I mean, I'll hear little things here and there, but as soon as they left tonight, I mean, if you watched the earlier part of the video, I didn't get it on there because it did it right as I was coming on. But the clean dishes that I sat over on the other side of the sink, they were stacked all neatly. And I heard this, I thought one fell off in the floor. It was so loud. And so I looked and the bottom one had been flipped over. And there's no way that can happen. So I was like, okay, whoever's in here, calm down. Don't be throwing stuff around and freaking me out because then I have to be banishing you, and I don't want to have to do that. So I thought, well, I'll turn on my ghost radio to see if maybe somebody's wanting to communicate with me because a lot of times they'll do that kind of thing to get your attention. It's not that they're trying to be hateful. That's the only way they know how to get your attention. So I turned on the radio and immediately, usually it takes a good 5 minutes for my phone to, uh, in that app to charge up to 100%. But I mean, immediately it was just going off left and right. And right as I was getting on there, over there happened again. It flipped again. It wasn't quite as loud or, facetious that time, but it still flipped over. And I was like, all right, I done told you, calm down. Don't be throwing stuff around my kitchen. But I think I may have ensued that one because, as I was saying just a minute ago, I ran across some. Uh, I ran across some videos and posts on Facebook that I probably shouldn't have seen or read, and it kind of ignited the mean side, the mean witch in me. And I may have caused that myself. I don't know, or caused whatever to. I think they're just letting me know, hey, we're on your side. We'll deal with it. I don't know. So, but yeah, there's definitely been something here lately. I don't know what that is. I haven't figured it out yet, but it's getting that time of year to where everything is waking back up. I'm waking back up. Persephone's about to emerge from the underworld, and um, Hecate is going to return to the daylight also. So, um, see, nobody ever texts me or does anything till I get on here. Yeah, I'm contemplating deleting Facebook completely off of my phone. I just don't like the direction company's going in at the moment. Well, and two, I'm not going to mention what all's been going on because everybody knows. Um, I'm not going to state an opinion one way or the other because number one, I don't think it would matter. And number two, that isn't this kind of channel. And if I get started on a subject, y'all know me. Here I go. So I'm not going to say exactly what everything was, but some major developments have gone on. And I'll leave it at that. You already know what they are. I really don't, unless one of the witches uh, message me or post something to me or whatever, or I see something on one of their pages that I like or that they posted. I don't normally just sit and scroll and look through comments, but I got kind of bored playing my game or my games. So I decided to look through some of them, and I probably shouldn't have because I, of all people, know that you have got to be careful when you are like us and very sensitive, and because I get extremely upset about certain things, and I'm kind of getting at that age to where I'm at a zero tolerance level, and I'm apt to say something. I mean, I actually responded to a post that well, I can talk about this, but I'm not going to go into a long rant about it. About nursing homes. Now, I've worked in nursing homes off and on since I was 15. I am now 53. Um, I do the medications, the blood sugars, all that. Um, there's just so much friction going on between people in nursing homes right now too, and it really upset me. Um, and as I said on that site, yeah, I understand there's a lot of bad nursing homes. Okay, um, there's the ones that don't seem to care about their residents or people. Blah blah blah. I talked to people on there for like 30 minutes straight, including one of the ex-directors of nursing, which does not bother me a bit. Okay. I don't care. I'm still going to tell you what I think, no matter who you are. Um, well, everything in my world is very stressful right now, and I'm hoping to get some kind of relief soon. I'm just so tired of all the crap. Yeah, me too, Aiden. Um, and I've really been doing some soul searching, which could be the reason that I have been exhausted lately. My uh, my back's been hurting worse. I mean, I'm feeling the emotional, physical side effects of negativity and all that around me. So it's just so hard to make a decision, um, especially when you don't know if it's the right one or not. You kind of know down deep inside that it is the right one, but uh, you're not 100% sure. Um, I have kind of a game plan, but I'm just not ready to set it in motion yet. Um, I've been thinking a lot. Um, but I have to be careful and take breaks because, and I know what I could do. I could go in there and forget about everything else now that my house is quiet tonight or when no one's here. And I could have a conversation with Hecate and ask her to deal with this for me, and she would. But as you know, and every witch that works with Hecate knows, um, there's no guarantee on how she's going to deal with it. She will deal with it as she sees fit. And then you just have to suck it up, whatever it is, because she's the boss. And we all know that. So be careful when you're asking for her help. Whenever you go to her and say, please do something to whatever it is to make my life better, to make me more at ease, to make me a better witch, to make me a better person, whatever it is that your soul is craving, because she's going to do it. And it may take a little while, but it's going to happen. And it may not happen the way you wanted it to, but the end result will be the same. She's just going to put you in the direction she wants you to go. And that's an understanding when you start to work with her and when she becomes your matron goddess. Okay. She is our mother. Um, we just accept that. We know that. And so I'm really careful before I actually go in there, go to her and say, okay, mother, this is what I need. This is what I need in my life. Deal with it. And then I'll just sit back and roll with the punches or the tides, whatever metaphor you want to use. But you have to know and believe that when all these things are going on, she's rearranging things to how they're going to be. She's putting you in the direction you need to be in, or she feels you need to be in, whether you know it or not. It's a trust thing, and I'm not saying it. How Lady Blumwell, by no means at all am I saying that I don't trust her, because I do with everything. But I'm just leery at times of how she will deal with stuff because she's not like me. She won't sit there and go, okay, well, you said you're sorry. I'm going to give you another shot. I forgive you, blah, blah, blah. No, she'll get tired of it and she'll say, get the hell out. You're not doing this to my daughter anymore. um, I just don't know what to do. Um, I'm about there, but I'm not 100% sure. And I always or at least try to be 99.9% sure whenever I go to her with something of that magnitude, because I know it could get rocky. Done it before, many, many times before. So, but yeah, I wrote this enchantment, and I can go ahead and read it, and y'all copy it if you want. But okay. And I drew arrows because I was thinking about moving the lines around. Let me see what I've done here. Okay. Okay. For your actions, I weave this spell. On your head, doom will dwell, never to be removed until your dying day. For the mistreatment of animals, you will pay. Sickness and depression will weigh you down as karma takes notice of your face. For your cruelty to these animals, I demand you take their place. And so it is. And see, I could do that just right there and leave it at that. But I'm more of an elaborate witch than that. I'll go in there and I'll create a potion, and I'll, anoint the candle with it, and I'll burn the candle down and sit there and say that over and over and over until I am sure that it's out in the ethers. And I'm not talking about somebody that, accidentally steps on their cat, or has to have one put down because they're sick. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the ones that beat them, leave them out in the cold, starve them, use them as bait for other animals. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna get some herbs together for that. I'm gonna use 4. I normally use 3 in my potions, but I think for this one I'm gonna use a kicker. I just haven't decided which one yet. I know this is one that I will use my wolfsbane on. My wolfbane. Very, very, very rarely do I ever use that herb. Mainly because it's so. The minute you open the lid, you know what a dandelion looks like when it's ready to blow away. It's drawn up and it's turned white and it's ready to blow away. Well, the wolfbane, when it's harvested and done, it kind of has little things like that in there. I think I've showed it to y'all before, but I will more than likely do this in a place where there's no air blowing. Like right now, I couldn't do it here unless I have my vent off in case the air conditioner or the heater, whichever be, comes on, because I don't want it blowing in the floor or over in my cat's food and, killing one of my animals, and it would kill them. Oh, I need to get a beehive and some Spanish moss to make simple war oil. It's funny that you say Spanish moss, because I almost got some the other day. I really did. I may have. What did I get? Damn, I got my Frito. Here I am griping about being fat, and like I got Fritos sitting right here by me. Okay. What did I get, people? Y'all are supposed to keep up with me. So what's that crazy woman doing now? Okay, I got lemongrass because I need lemongrass for I'm gonna make some Four Thieves vinegar. Well, I haven't decided yet if I'm gonna do the oil or the vinegar. So I had everything but the lemongrass, so I had to get some more lemongrass. And I still haven't got my WSDSs made out yet. Oh, and I got that herb, horehound, Lady Blind Wolf. Yes, I did. Got a sheet made out for it right here. I just haven't filled them out yet. I haven't done my research on them yet. And my most prized herb that I think, well, I love them all. It's really hard to pick a favorite. But I got some Dittany of Crete. Yes, I did. I sure did. Because, well, number one of its wonderful, beautiful, magical properties, but because it also resonates with Hecate extremely well. And then I got some five-finger grass. Oh, I got Irish moss. It's what I got. Irish moss. I thought it was Spanish moss. And I got an herb that honestly I have never heard of. It's called orris root. ORRIS root. I read up on it a little bit and I said, oh, yeah, I want that. I could use that. Of course, I think I could use them all. I'm an herb witch. Are you kidding me? I could use a blade of grass. But I haven't done enough research on it to fill out my deal here. So, but I already have them in their jars and with their names on them and all that. Which one, the orris root or the Dittany of Crete? The orris root. Yeah, I had never heard of it. And I'm looking at herbs all the time. And of course, I had to get me some St. John's wort. And I could have swore I had some in there. But when I looked through all through my apothecary, I didn't see any. I don't know why I didn't have it. That's pretty much a common thing in most witches' apothecaries. I wanted to go and get some apples, lemons, and oranges to use in the dehydrator and get some more chicken feet, but I've been too sick. Are you still sick? Damn. You don't have corona, do you? I hope not. I guess if you did, though, you probably would have already messaged me and told me that. Yep, heard of orchard. Okay, yeah. And I got some mullein or mullein. And I got some calamus or calamus root. So, and I should know, I went on there to look for that whorehound that you told me about because it sounded interesting and I wanted some of it. And look, well, actually, I went on there to get the lemongrass. Is all I was going to get. Look how many I ended up getting. 9 of them. I grabbed a bunch of herbs when I went to that Hispanic grocery store, but a couple sticks of cinnamon was outrageous. I get my cinnamon sticks like that in bulk from Mountain Rose Herbs, and my star anise and my cloves, because I use a lot of that stuff. So they're in my gallon jars or half-gallon jars. They're in my big ones, the ones I make moon water in. Sinus infection with this lovely Indiana. Can't make up its mind. Yeah, I know. What was it? The day before yesterday, it was 76 degrees here, between 74 to 76 all around my area. Now, just probably 40 miles north of me, there's snow on the ground. Yes. And then Friday, or next Tuesday, a week from today, I think is what he said, over half the state of Oklahoma is going to be under tornado watches. Friday night, it's going to be, we could catch some hail. Oh, man, I don't like that. I still have not got my windshield fixed from last year. Because as I said, when I originally went to get it fixed, had the money, every place I went to here was backed up until September. And that was in June or in May. Right after that hailstorm hit in May, I went. And they said they were honestly completely backed up all day, every day because of that hailstorm until September. I think the other one was backed up until the end of July, possibly the 1st of August. And of course, by then, I didn't have $200 to fix my windshield anymore, and insurance won't pay for it because I have $1,000 deductible. It's always something. So, honestly, don't think that my windshield can take another hit from a good-sized hailstone. May cave completely in. I don't know. Yeah, I was talking to Aiden earlier and was telling about. I seen a post from LaPorte, Indiana, about somebody that had left a good-sized dog chained out in the middle of nowhere, or chained out. It looked like in the middle of nowhere, but evidently there was a house somewhere close by. But it had rained, they said, all day yesterday, and that it was snowing or supposed to snow tonight, and they posted it like 11 hours before I seen it. And they're afraid, and that the dog had no water, no food, nothing. He was just out there, and he had this little carryall, and he wasn't a huge dog, but he wasn't small enough to fit in that carryall, I don't think, by the look of it. It could have just been the way the photo looked, but he would have really had to scrunch himself in there to get in there to get out of the cold. And then, them things, they have holes all in them. It's not going to do much good. And so this lady was livid, and I'm the type of person, if you post something like that, I'm probably going to ask you, why didn't you do something about it? Instead of plastering it all over Facebook, do something about it. Don't call the animal control people. Go to them and say, hey, I want you to go do this. Go do your job. This animal's out there. There's no food, no water. I watched it get rained on all day yesterday with little to no shelter. Um, anyway, I was on that kick earlier. Uh, I just cannot stand people being abusive towards animals, and to me, that's abuse. When you leave them out there in the cold like that, and with no food, no water, no blanket, no comfort at all, a chain around their neck. Um, it didn't even look like if he could have fit in the carrier, it didn't even look like it was close enough to him from where he was chained that he could get into it if he was able to, if he could fit in it. I just, in fact, I had the phone number. I called or looked up LaPorte Animal Control on my phone or on my computer, and I had their number in my phone about to dial it until almost instantly, the minute I got the last digit in there and was just about to hit send, a lady came on and said, update on the post about the dog left outside. It is no longer there. Or it is no longer outside, is what they said. And now we don't know if it got taken in the house or if animal control did get word of it and went and got the dog. I don't know. Which is kind of bad too, because what's animal control going to do with it? What, they keep them 3 days, and if nobody claims them or adopts them, then they euthanize them. There's a lot of no-kill shelters. Anymore, people are becoming way more sensitive towards animals, and they will keep them as long as they can. I know a lot of communities will go buy bags of food, dog food, cat food, litter, whatever the clinic needs to hang on to them animals longer, to help them take care of them, which I just, want to send them every blessing that I possibly can. Anybody that does things like that is just in my heart, and I appreciate it so much, and so does the goddess. I assure you. A lot of times people just abandon dogs, but yeah, I know, I see that too. And I just don't get it, you know. Um, Now, I have known of cases to where the the person was deceased, and they had a pet of whichever, a cat or a dog, that had been in the house with them, and they had no family, or the family just wouldn't take the animal, um, and just let it go to the pound. Either for different reasons. Either they just didn't have time to take care of an animal, they might be allergic, or they just simply didn't want it, whichever, or couldn't feed it. I don't know. Whatever excuse they come up with. Could be that particular animal control was under quarantine too. Why would the animal control center be under quarantine? Well, that depends on the shelter. The one in Clinton County was a no-kill shelter. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Um, they usually will keep them if they're not so full. Um, if they get overcrowded, they can't feed them all. They don't have enough people to help take care of them, or space to put them. So they'll usually, I haven't ever been in one, and I wanted to work in a vet clinic one time. I had the job, but I turned it down because I could not watch that, and I couldn't help them do that. I couldn't help them euthanize an animal. It would just break my heart, and it would just ruin my day. So I know better than to go into that line of work. But, they usually go either from the one that's been there the longest. Sometimes it's the breed. Sometimes it's the oldest one that they think don't have much longer anyway. Um, how horrible. I mean, how would you feel, if you were sitting in bars like that and you did absolutely nothing wrong, and just because nobody wanted you, they were going to put you down? I'm just, y'all just don't understand how extremely tenderhearted I am towards animals. It's pathetic, actually, how bad I am. There was a big scandal with that. They ended up putting a lot down, but they weren't taking precautions, and animals were always getting sick, though, too. Huh. Well, and, you know, I can kind of understand that, too. I mean, say they get a stray dog off the street. Well, you don't know if that dog's had their shots or not. Um, so in order to keep them in the kennel or, in the facility, they have to give them shots, which gets kind of expensive because, the clinic has to buy all that stuff and then they're not getting reimbursed for it. So I kind of understand where they're coming from. That they need our help is what it is. We can't very well bitch about them killing animals when we don't go up there and at least try to give them food or donate money to them, where they can buy these vaccines so they can keep these animals longer. um, that's my motto. Instead of standing around bitching about it, try to help do something about it. um, just like that lady that said something about that dog out there. It's like, and I'm not saying ever, ever, ever go walk up to a chained dog, um, and be a hero and try to rescue it because you might get bit. That dog, you don't know the temperament of that dog. You don't know if that dog has suffered some sort of abuse and is very leery. If it's been trained to attack, especially if you're a stranger, you just don't know the dog. Um, so no, what I would never tell her. Well, like one lady mentioned, or one man, I forget now, but said, "Well, why didn't you uh, go up there and rescue it yourself? You were right there. You seen it." Well, evidently, this lady that was reporting it was an elderly lady, for one, and for two, you just don't do that. You don't walk into somebody else's yard and take their dog because you think it's being abused. Granted, no, none of us want to see the poor animals outside in freezing cold weather, wet, cold. Believe it or not, dogs will freeze to death, and last year several of them did. And of course, people had to post pictures on Facebook about it, and I happened to run across them, and it literally ruined me for about a week until I finally had to I put a message up there saying, I understand that you people are trying to raise awareness that this sort of thing happens. Um, I think we all actually know it happens. Some choose to look the other way, some choose to help, some just flat out don't know what to do, and some flat out just don't give a damn. Um, but blasting it all over Facebook every day, um, I mean, some of them literally had me in tears. I just couldn't watch it anymore. It's like, oh my God, I'm not even turning on my Facebook today because I'm not going to see another picture of an abused animal. Um, there's just so many. It's overwhelming, and if I ever had an evil thought in my head, that would do it. And that's what I said earlier. That's when I would curse the living hell, literally, out of somebody that I know for sure is abusing an animal, beating them, starving them to death, um, using them as bait, you know. to catch another animal, or just simply putting them out there for, sport to watch something else tear them apart. That sort of thing right there with me would not work. And that's all I'm going to say about it, because I'm getting myself worked up again. I'm just not going to go there. But yeah, I get more worked up, honestly, over seeing an animal abused and killed and tormented than I do a human. Call me what you want. But that's honestly how I feel about things. Um, the animal don't have a choice. It can't fight back when it's tied up, and being beat to death. What I would love if I could do to those people that do that sort of thing. But I can, however, sick my mama Hecate on their asses. I can do that. And that's plenty. Um, when they take in animals, and sometimes an animal may have something that's contagious and it gets through the, yeah, that's what I was saying. That's one thing people can do just because they can't take in an animal. They could donate bags of food or money so that people could, the doctors and the vets and the nurses can buy medicine. There's all kinds of ways that people can help other than taking them home with you, which that's why I cannot go to an animal shelter, because I could not go in there. And I'm not a dog person. I love dogs. I'm just not created for a dog. Um, Dogs need to be walked. They need to be played with. Um, I'm an outdoor person when I'm like walking to get my herbs or explore. Then I might take a dog with me, but usually I'm in my own little world, and I don't want to have to keep up with that dog. You see what I'm saying? I'm just not a dog person. A dog requires way more attention um, than my cats do. We snuggle together when we sleep. I pet them when they walk up to me, and that's our relationship. Um, but that does not mean that I want to see them abused, the dogs or anything, any animal. I don't care what it is. There's no sense in human beings behaving that way. And to me, those aren't humans. I don't know what they are, but they're not human. Not to me. One in Clinton County would not take cats because they were so overrun, but they would take dogs. At one point, they were shipping cats out of the county because they had too many. Well, um, I think they should leave the cats alone. Honestly, cats are very self-reliant creatures, animals. They can get out there and they're smart enough. If it's raining, go find shelter. If it's cold, they go somewhere where they're going to get warm. A dog will not do that. You can train a dog to sit, stay, run, play, guard the house, blah, blah, blah. But most of the time, the damn dog don't have sense enough to come in out of the rain. It's kind of like a cow. I don't know why that is, but they will not go somewhere. I mean, they might if they're out in the country somewhere and lost, but they're not like cats. Cats are just more witty. Um, I think dogs depend mainly a lot more on humans and than cats. Cats can do fine without us. So instead of shipping them off or some kind of crap like that, um, I don't know. I would just turn them loose because cats also, you know how many farm people will go to a shelter and get almost every cat they have out just simply to take them to the farm that they live on to control the mice. Yeah, keep the mice out of their grains and stuff like that. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how to fix it. I just know I don't. The world's going to turn the way it is, and me by myself cannot do anything about it. So I just sit here and give myself ulcers over this sort of thing. You can get shot. You can get shot for what? I gotta get a pop. Get shot for what? Going in somebody's property and getting their animal? Well, hell yeah. I think that's what you're talking about. I don't know. But gotta get a pop. But yeah, I don't something I know this weather is coming in because my knee is really hurting bad today. Really bad, really bad. Um these are the things that I talk about as being witches. You know, we can help these matters just by doing our spells, calling on our goddesses, our gods, and now, unfortunately, no, we're not going to help everything and fix everything, but we could make a dent in it. It just makes me really sad. I mean, you just don't even know how sad it makes me. I can't even hardly think about shit like that. I'm not going to re-mention the post again. I already told y'all quite a while back a post I seen about a kitten and the way people were doing it. And I cried over that for 2 weeks. I could not get that image out of my head. And I felt myself getting so mad. I mean, I was mad, mad enough to have literally killed that bitch with my bare hands if I could have at the time. That's what I wanted to do. I could just picture myself with my hands around her throat after what I seen what they done to that kitten. Um, I probably wouldn't have because I don't want to spend the rest of my life in the penitentiary. But I sincerely hope and wish every bit of living hell falls on that woman's head. Going into someone's yard. Oh, yeah, yeah. That's what I was talking about that lady earlier when that man got on there and said, well, you're on here griping on Facebook about it. You seen it. Why didn't you go do something about it while you were right there? And that's what, me and I was telling Aiden, it's like, yeah, you can't just walk on the property for one. And for two, you don't know what that dog's like, what the temperament's like. You might get bit, you know. Um, when I first looked at the picture, it looked like somebody had taken it out in the country and chained it to a stake in the ground, and just set this damn doggy crate or, one of them carrier things out there by it. I mean, if you're going to have a dog, really, you can't build it a doghouse. People, it's so sad. Oh. So I specifically wrote a spell for those kind of people right here. And when I get off here, I'm going to research which perfect herbs I could use in the spell for it, and make an oil. And people I've never even heard of will pay for what they're doing to animals. It's just unnecessary. I don't understand how come people could be that cruel anyway to some innocent little bitty kitten, you know? Um, that's just a sick person that I really don't feel needs to be breathing. Those kind of people we don't need on this earth. Not that I would do anything. I'm not saying no, I'm not going to go out there and kill everybody that hurts an animal. Hell no. I'm just saying it wouldn't bother me a bit if they got ran over by a semi. Hell no. I wouldn't care. Wouldn't care one bit. Wouldn't bother me at all. I had somebody ask me if I did sacrifices, and I was like, nope. There's no way I could kill an animal. I don't care what it is. I could not kill it. I just couldn't do it. And uh, my goddess don't even expect that. In fact, she, in one of her epithets and poems that were written, or I think I've read it to y'all. I can't remember what I got it off of though. So I'm not going to read it to y'all because I want to give credit where credit's due, but I can't remember. I don't know if it was Cindy Brannon. It might have been, but she may have gotten it from somewhere. Anyway, I don't know exactly where the origin came from. So, I mean, but it's beautiful. And I probably already read it when I first started the channel. I don't remember if I did or not, but yeah. I don't have any use for people that abuse animals. I just don't. I don't. We called on one once and they said that we had to catch it for him. Bullshit. That's the dog, that's the catcher's job. I don't know. You know, a lot of times I will sit and I'll get into deep thought about certain things, and if I'm not careful, I will end up getting extremely depressed or pissed off. So, and then there's certain times that I feel more vulnerable or more open to these sort of things, energies. Um, I don't know. Sometimes I just feel weaker. Does that make sense? And I can't deal with it like I could on another day. It could be because I haven't got my protections up properly. It could be a lot of things. I don't know. It could be I just don't want to see the shit. I just don't want to see it ever. I don't even want to believe that it happens, but I know it does. And it's extremely sad. So, I mean, I could tell you stories of some things I've seen and read in the news, and I just in order to do that, I would have to relive it pretty much, and re-see it, and I don't want to. I just don't want to. No, but I will use animal parts. I mean, well, yeah. Um, if it's already dead, yeah. Um, now I wouldn't be one of those that could just go pick up something that just got ran over off the road, put it in a bag, and take it home with me. I couldn't do that either. But if I'm walking alone and or along and I see a bone of some sort, um, if I don't already know what kind of bone it is, then I may bring it home and look it up, um, or something like that. But I'm just not one of those types of witches. Not saying that anything's wrong with it before everybody starts screaming at me. I'm just saying I can't do that. I'm just too tenderhearted. It just makes me sick. I may have been an animal in another life. I don't know. But I will tell you that I'm extremely tenderhearted towards animals. Um, with my cats, in this house, um, I'm extremely protective of them. Um, like for instance, my son's girlfriend says, he goes, well, she's allergic to cats. Well, don't tell her not to come to the house then. I don't know what to tell you. I don't care. I mean, I'm sorry that she's allergic to them, but I'm not gonna, not let my cats have the run of their own house because of somebody, that he's drug home. No, this is their home. And it has been, and it's been Lexi's ever since the day pretty much she was born. So, you know, I'm going to tell you, if you're allergic to cats, don't come in my house. Do I have to put a sign out there that says, beware of cat, dander? I don't know, cat hair, whatever. Well, that Humane Society has been in a whole lot of trouble. I don't live the net county. Oh, you don't live in that county anymore? Well, I think sometimes people try really hard and they don't have the proper equipment or whatever to feed them, take care of them, but they still are trying to do their best, and it turns into a sort of abuse when they don't mean it to. Does that make sense? They don't mean, they're not doing it on purpose. They still think that they're protecting those animals and whatever, but yet these animals are going hungry because they can't afford to feed them, or getting sick because they can't afford the medication to vaccinate them, um, stuff like that. So I believe they have good intentions, most of them, but sometimes you just have to say when, enough's enough. We can't take anymore. You can always, this is why I'm saying, if you've got money and you love animals, and it don't even have to be that much, $5 will buy a bag of cat food, and cats don't eat a whole lot, you know, or it'll buy, a bag of dog food, something, you know, um, and take it to your local animal shelter. Help them out. Everybody sits here and looks on Facebook. Well, take them to the shelter. Take them to the shelter. Okay, yeah, that's probably what's going to happen. But the shelter is going to get overrun, and they can't feed them, and they don't have enough vaccinations for them to keep them all from getting sick. So instead of everybody just sitting around bitching about it, donate to your local animal shelter. I have taken bags of food to them. It's like, look, I don't have any money, but somebody gave me this bag of dog food, and I don't even have a dog, so I figured y'all could use it. I'm sure they could use it. Um, it's the little things that matter, you know. It doesn't have to be ribeye steak. Go buy old cheap branded dog food. You can get them pretty cheap at the cattle stores. They even sell dog food. They sell boots. They sell hats. They're no longer just feed stores. They have a little bit of everything in them. But before you start, griping at everybody else about what they're not doing, make sure that you're doing all you can to help. And I fully understood with the lady and told that man myself that he needed to shut the hell up. For one, this was an older lady, and well, I already said that she don't need to be in somebody's yard. Number two, number three, that dog could have tore her up, bitter. You don't know who she is or what she's there for. Anyway, I'll get off that because I go on forever about it to no avail. It just really breaks my heart that I can't. If it was up to me, I would own a forest or a mesa or something and put all the animals on it that I could find that didn't have homes and feed them and take care of them. But unfortunately, I'm only one person and I'm not rich either. So, um, unfortunately, some of these poor little things will just, die. And I just don't like thinking about it. A lot of shelters are getting overrun because of people losing their jobs to the C word. Yeah. Well, um, cats are pretty picky. Um, Now the strays, not so much, but like a pet house cat. Like my grandmother, Star, she had a huge cat. She was part Abyssini and half Siamese. And the only food she would eat was meow mix. And that was it. I mean, nothing else. No other cat food, no other type of food, not tuna fish, not salmon, nothing. Not wet food. Just meow mix. And as we all know, meow mix isn't cheap. But when my grandma got put in the nursing home, I took Star home with me to take care of her and until she died, until Star died. And anyway, I just heard something. There goes that damn drawer in there again. I wish I could take this in there and y'all could hear and see this bottom drawer. It's always the same drawer in there in my hallway, and it's really hard to open. I don't ever open it because it gets stuck. It's whatever supreme being painted this house, painted most of the windows shut and painted that bottom drawer shut. And when I got here, that cabinet was painted shut. So I had to get razor blades, go around stuff, and to where I could open cabinets and doors because somebody wasn't smart enough to leave the damn doors open and drawers until the paint dried. But whatever. That bottom drawer, I cannot get open or could not get open at all. And I mean, I pulled and tugged and got a little wedge thing and with my hammer. a chisel, and hammer and went around all that and then took that and tried to wedge it out of there. And I just thought, no, I'm going to end up breaking the whole front of the drawer off. So I just stopped. Well, eventually, my boyfriend got it open. And when it opened, it was full of water because evidently my shower was leaking back in the back of the wall where we didn't know it and going down under the house and into that bottom drawer. Anyway, that drawer is the one that's always moving. And I mean, it'll move fast and furious. It's like something's behind it just yanking. My cats will both go in there and just sit and stare at it. Like any minute now, they're waiting on something to pop out of there and see something just tap me on my shoulder. I don't know. Some years back, they had a lady that was a census worker who was attacked and killed. Yeah, yeah. And honestly, I mean, I don't want to have to hurt no dog. I don't want to have to hurt, you know, but I sure don't want to be pretty much eaten alive by one either that's loose. Um, and there for a while here in my neighborhood, and they were beautiful dogs. Um, I've seen a gorgeous German Shepherd that I would have kept if I could have, but I knew better than to try to get it. It was already grown, and I'm sure it belonged to somebody. But it looked like an older lab, um, one of them golden retrievers. But you could tell it was an older dog, and they belonged to somebody around here. But see, there that goes. Hang on, seriously, someone's at my door. Oh, okay. Man, that
Everything out there checking on me and shit.
I wasn't checking on you.
I was making a point. What'd she say?
What are you talking about?
What'd she say when I was sitting out there in the car?
She didn't say it. I said, what the hell's he doing out there? She said, he's mad.
Yeah.
And I said, okay. And she went in there and laid down, and that was all that was said. Yeah. It was my son at the door. I was sitting in there already freaked out. I didn't know if someone was really at my door, if I heard another whatever going on in there, but I got up to get a drink and I looked outside. I didn't think we started getting leaves on those trees and it snowed. Oh, it has? And I'm pretty sure it's supposed to snow again today, then come back up. Yeah, that's what's going on here overnight tonight, but it's further north for me. It's cold. It's pretty damn cold right here, but and it's gonna get either right at freezing or right below. But all the snow is supposed to stay more. Uh, it would be north of us. So I don't know. I don't know. But I guess I better get off here. I don't even know if Aiden's still on here. He said he was off tonight. A lot of times, when he talks for a while and then he quits because he had to go back to work, but he's listening. Yeah, I can't wait for spring, but it seems like our weather is going to go literally right from freezing cold and snow into thunderstorms and all hell breaking loose. That's what it sounds like from the weatherman. Anyway, so. But anyway, I guess I'll get off here. It's almost 4:30. I've been on here an hour and a half. And you didn't see my hair, did you, Lady Blind Wolf? I showed it to Aiden when he got on here, but this does not, though, it doesn't do it justice. It's not, uh, it's a lot more lavender than it looks on here. I mean, if I sit way back here, you can see it. It looks kind of red, but it's really like a bright lavender. This is not what it looks like. What it looks like on here. Yeah. I got a little bored. I just wanted to change, I guess, to see what it looked like. I don't know. Yes, I thought about green actually. But what baby boy? What baby boy? Cat's up here grabbing my arm. But I figure, if I do go back to work, they can probably handle this color. And my hair would be up on top of my head anyway, but they could probably handle this color better than some kind of bright green walking around in nursing. But anyway, yeah, Lady Bible, keep me updated on what you're doing with your crafts. I know you said that you were going to start some stuff, and I know you're not feeling well, so keep me updated on what you're doing. So, or you can send me pictures of it, whatever you're doing. I was going to make candles tonight. I got another case of jars. Like I said, I was trying to get that. I'm trying to get that bag of wax up out of my hallway, but I got on here instead and did my dishes and all that good stuff. So anyway, see, doesn't that look awesome? Whee! I swear I ain't put makeup on in so long. I don't know. I don't even know if I remember how. Seriously. I might have to get me a bigger clippy too. I don't this one's getting to where it don't hold my hair up very well. Anyway, guess I will let y'all go unless you want to talk about something else. Go unless you're done, Wolf. Yeah, I know. And nobody else is talking. I think Aiden's still on here. He's just listening. Our poor little Aiden needs our help. He's just in, one of them moods and in kind of a bad way. We need to get him out of that hole. Yeah. Got the wolf moon coming up and then Beltane. Then the summer solstice. See, instead of sitting here thinking about everything and worrying about everything, I should be planning rituals. So, I don't know. And this is probably the animal abuser thing I'll probably wait and do on the full moon. I'm just starting to work on it now, so when it comes time to do it, then I'll have everything ready. And I can go in there like a witch that knows what she's doing and not a babbling idiot. I can just hear the goddess going, okay, okay, stop. When you know what you want to say and what you need, then come back. I ain't got time for this. But I don't know. I don't know. Oh, my hair? I don't know. I mean, I've been a blonde all my life, you know what I mean? It's kind of weird to see me with any other color. I mean, when I was little, everybody called me, especially my family, my grandmother was the worst. She called me a towhead because, I mean, I was cotton top, white-headed, very white. Wasn't blonde, it was white. Not seeing the nurses having rainbow hair, I don't think it matters so much. Oh, yeah. I actually worked with an LPN one time. She was really cool, but she had little purple streaks in her hair. I mean, not, real loud and big ones. They're just little hints of purple in her hair. But most of the time, we have our hair all the time, especially if it's long, we have it up anyway, whether it's in a clippy or a ponytail. I find it easier to use the clippy because I can readjust it real quick and ain't got to mess with it like you would a ponytail. And the rubber bands, I have to pull it so tight to hold my hair all up that it starts giving me headaches. So I just wear a clippy. Maybe I ought to think about doing some reversible candles. Yeah. I thought about that, but I am honestly so short on money, and especially right now because this is the time that all the bills are about to be due. And I wouldn't even got these herbs. My friend bought these herbs for me on their credit card, or I wouldn't have been able to get them. But I was trying to think of a way that I could do, but I don't have any candles that per se are, one color on one end and another color on the other. And I wouldn't even attempt to dye them. To me, that's just not making any sense. The only thing I could do maybe is like take two of my spell candles, whichever colors I choose, to like kind of melt the bottom of each one and then put them together, just kind of hold them together until they dry and then they stick together. They're together, but one burns right into the other one, just like a reversal candle would. When I learned how to use or make candles, we used crayons to dye. Yeah, yeah, I know that a lot of people do that. I mean, I have dye because of my actual candles that I make. My jar candles. Just do half one. You half one white and then the other. Oh, half one black. Let it dry somewhat, and then add the red. What do you mean? Oh, you mean wait until the one end dries and then do the other end red? And I think that's the one color I'm out of because I used it so much for my rose candles. I don't know. I'll figure something out. I don't know. I'm a pretty crafty little witch, so I'm sure I can get something figured out. When I used to make candles, I had a big star mold. And I would just pour in part, let it dry, and then add. Yeah, that's a good idea. But on those reversal spells, you're supposed to burn one end, and then when that one's burnt, then you light the other end, right? Make one color, let it melt, pour it in the mold, let it get hard almost, and then pour in the next one. So you're putting one on top of the other, like I do whenever I make my rainbow candles, as I call them. Like I'll pour a level of one color, let it dry, and then I'll pour a level of another color and another scent, let it dry. Yeah, I think that's probably what I would do. Yeah, we actually have those up here at our Safeway. Yeah, at the Safeway. It may be United. No, it's Safeway. I think it's not United, but um, I don't remember if I ever seen an actual reversal one though. I know they have candle, the 7-day candles there, or the tall jar ones is what I'm talking about. I bought it at the metaphysical shop when I was looking for Santa Muerte candles. Yeah. Now I have noticed that they swear there at the store that those, because I looked at them when any store I go into, I see a candle, it's going to catch my attention. So I was looking at them, and one that they seemed to swear up and down was of Mary. Didn't look like the Mary that I'm used to seeing in you know depictions. It looked more like a Santa Muerte, or um, the Angel of Death. But they do make death candles. Um, yes, they do. So yeah, I may just. I don't know, but I need to make up my mind how I'm going to do it. I would have thought that the Hispanic store would have had reversible candles, but no, really, everything but reversible. Yeah. Well, come on, we're witches. We got it. We can figure something out. Put our witchy heads together. I don't know. I think I had showed it one of my videos from when we went and did that crystal haul. I don't know if I seen that one. If I did, I don't remember. I'm sorry, but y'all know my memory nowadays. Certain things I don't remember, certain things I don't forget. I don't know. I even forgot my youngest granddaughter's middle name the other day, and it bothered me so bad that I had to text my daughter and say, "What is her middle name?" I could see Lauren just rolling her eyes and going, "My mom." But yeah, my memory is not near what it used to be. I scare myself sometimes. It's like, wow, how can you forget that? I don't know, but it is what it is. Um, but yeah, I can't wait to be able to go out and just go. on adventures, like drive out in the country somewhere and get out of the car. And I know where there's a whole crap ton of mesa sage. And I need to get a lot of it. But like I said, it's so hard for me to use to get fresh herbs here and hang them somewhere for them to dry and process them because now Jesse, my big cat, wherever he went, he's not one to mess with stuff, but Lexi will. She'll be in there eating it. Yeah. So that's why it's just easier for me to buy mine, and plus I think I'm helping, the herb companies continue to be able to bring us these things. Because there was a time when witches um, didn't have these sort of things, and we sure didn't have the internet to get on here and say and talk to somebody in Greece and say, hey, can you send me some Dittany of Crete? There was no way to do that. The witches had to work with the herbs that were available to them in the places that they lived. And it's not like they could get in a car and drive, 6 counties over to go pick a certain kind of sage. They used what they had available. Because, let's see, I've got one. I'll get it, take off it, and send it to you. Well, you don't have to do that, Lady Blind Wolf. You may need it. You may want to use it. And besides, I don't think it'll get to me before I need it anyway. I appreciate it, but you keep it. You may need it. I know you don't have much money either. Yeah, I got a few at the store. One thing the Hispanics like to do is get those thick drinking glasses and then make those into candles. Yeah, I've done that. You can almost make a candle out of anything glass. I've got candles in there I made out of little shot glasses. I thought one, and I've been burning it at her altar, and when it's done, I'm just going to probably stick some little battery light operating into it. Yeah. Yeah, or see how, I don't know how much, if any of these other stores around you sell wax, but maybe you can um well, I'm not even gonna say that because I know that can run into money too. Not as much money as paying. I can make 100 candles cheaper than going out and buying 100 candles, I assure you. But it's still, you got to have that lump sum of money at one time to get everything that you need. And then after a while, you just have to buy things here and there as you run out of them, your wicks, your wax, which the wax is the most expensive thing, of course. Then your jars, your coloring, your scents, your wick stickers that you put, attached the wick to the jar. Some people use super glue. I don't like to do that because I like my customers to be able to reuse their jars. And with super glue, it'd be really hard to do that, because you can't get that super glue off. So therefore, you wouldn't be able to get the wick out of there. Because the wicks that I use sit on metal circles that stick to the bottom of the jar. So what are you gonna? I mean, there's not much you could put in there. An old burnt down wick. So it stays, as long as the candle's burning, and it will stay there afterwards until I usually get tongs and take them down in there, and or put them down in there and peel that off of there. Reuse the jar. Okay, wait a minute. Where am I at? I thought better. Okay, because I like the image. Oh yeah, the image on the candle. Yeah. I guess I could send you some of this wax, huh? I could send you a Ziploc baggie of wax, and you could melt it down and pour it. Make it. Well, you don't have a wick, and I don't think I have. I have some tall wicks, but I don't think I have one tall enough for one of them candles. I'm pretty sure I don't. You know, I was talking about someone wanted me to do a Dollar Store tree video. Oh yeah, still a reversible candle. You just make it into one. Go get a couple of Dollar Tree candles or a white 7-day candle from there. I don't know. Knowing me, I'd mess something up. Okay, well, if you want to, but you don't have to by no means. Like I said, I know you know, you're strapped too. Dad called them brain parts. That's funny. I happened to come across some dragon's blood sage, and I bought a stick. The kids say it's too strong. Dragon's blood sage? Wow. Damn cigarette went out. Well, here's a good suggestion. Find some Hispanic grocery stores in your area. We don't have any. The closest thing I have to Hispanic are living right next door to me. And she brought her daughter or daughter-in-law over here to pick out a candle one day because I'd asked them, I told them, I said, well, I make candles if anytime y'all would like to look at them or buy one, just let me know. And so she brought her over. She said, well, my daughter or daughter-in-law, whatever she said, loves candles. And I was like, cool. And she brought her over one day, but they walked, as you come through my door, you walk right in front of my altar. And I seen her, the mom kind of looking over there at it like, what the hell is that? And they don't really say a whole lot to me anymore. I mean, they're polite, but if I talk to them, they'll talk. But I think they think I'm a little weird. Imagine that. No, I'll send you the video. Oh, okay. The video on how to make it. Okay, just send it to me because I don't know what you're saying. I always get my candles cheap at Goodwill or Dollar Tree. Yeah, and see, I order them. I get that from the Exquisite group. You get like 108 candles, and they're perfect spell candles. They're a little bigger. Well, they're in between a taper and a spell candle. But you get like 108 of them, and they're all different colors except white. They don't ever put white in there. I don't know why. I mean, if you buy the multicolored pack, which I do, then they also have a pack of all white, or you can buy all red or all of whatever color you want. And it's only like $35, $36. Seriously, it's the cheapest you can possibly buy candles. Well, you're always supposed to keep a light on or alter at night. So I'm just going to get some of those battery operated ones and put them in the candles at night. See, I've never heard that. I've been a witch all these years and no one's ever told me that. that I'm supposed to always have a light on at my altar. No one's ever mentioned that to me. If I could find those small rechargeable outside lights, I would put those in there. And you know what? I have some of those. In fact, I had 2 lanterns that had they look like little Christmas lights, um, all in them, but one burned for like one night and then never worked again. And the other one worked perfectly, but now it's burnt out because I got them like 3 years ago. And they're, well, and it may still work because they're solar. And I just haven't taken it down and put it out actually in the sun during the day to where it can charge up to see if it'll still glow at night. So I don't know. But I hung them both on my mailbox. If I could find those small, that get charged by the sun, but I haven't seen any of those small lights out yet, just big ones. Yeah. Yeah. And I have 2 lanterns that I keep on her altar. But I don't have any kind of light like that. I would have to use tea lights, and I'm not about to leave a candle burning while I'm trying to sleep. Yeah. I don't know. I ordered those lanterns, and they came with the lights in them off of. Oh, it's right on the tip of my tongue. Off of. Well, now I can't remember. It starts with a W. It's a real prominent, popular store. Oh, it was. I almost had it. I'll think of it in a minute. It's gonna bug me till I do, but yeah, they are a bit superstitious about Bruja, some of them. Yeah. And I only know about Bruja because I used to watch, and I don't even think he's on here anymore. Um, called himself Bruja. And that's something I don't believe in. I don't believe in naming yourself after the gods and goddesses. Um, I'm not saying it's wrong. Do as you will. By no means am I saying it's wrong. But I just think it's kind of, I don't know. I just wouldn't do it. But if I want the smaller spell candles, that witchy shop down the road, they're like 60 cents. See, that's insane. When I get, let's see, there's 4 or 2, I get 2. Uh, oh, I wish I had them in here with me to show you. There are 2 trays about yay long, and I forget how many candles are in there. Let's see, 2. There's probably, and these have the white. There's like 2 yellow, 2 white, 2 red, 2 blue, 2 black, every color, 2 green, and there's 2 separate trays of these colors. And I got it for like, wasn't very much at all. It was like $8. And there's probably, no, it wasn't even that much. I think it was around $5. And there's probably 16 candles in there of the regular chime candles. I may have them on my coffee table. Just a sec. I'm freezing. It's all right. Where's my stuff? Yeah, man, I ain't having my shit where I don't know where it's at. Fuck. Oh, my stuff is so unorganized because ever since I took it out of my altar room, well, that isn't my altar room anymore. It's my son's room. So, okay. See, like these are the chime candles. You see what I'm talking about? And these, oh, well, I stuck some in here. And these are the ones I'm talking about that I buy from the Exquisite Group. They're a little bit bigger, a little bit more round, but they're not as big as a taper. To me, these are perfect. Now, if you're just doing a really short spell, because I know a lot of witches believe that you should sit there with your candle till it burns out, but you can't possibly do that. Well, you can with these. If you just want to do a quick protection spell or um, a purification spell, something like that, something that's easy to do, not hexes and not money spells and stuff like that. I mean, you can do the money spell. You can do anything you want with the candles, but I think that the candles should burn longer. And then, so whenever I'm doing really intense spells, or if I'm dedicating a candle to Hecate, which I have oil that I made specifically for her, which I need to use. I've got to do something for her. But I usually just put the oil, saturate the candle in it, and then burn it for her. And to me and to her, that's an offering. And I always keep garlic on my altar for her. I'm going to give her some of my son's red velvet birthday cake. I'll set a piece of that on her altar. But these are usually the candles I use. So there's no way I could do, and I have no white candle now. And then I have my tea lights, and I have the thick ones, the taller ones that burn for like 18 hours. Um, and then I have some that only burns for 2. So now I got this in here and don't know where I want to put it. Um, but it never fails. I buy all this stuff and think, oh yeah, I can use that one day, or I can use that for this or that. And then when I actually find something that I need or want to do, then I have to get something else. It's like it's a never ending story. So I try to get as much as I can, out of nature. But part of the country I live in, there ain't much out there but sage. Now I got all the sage y'all could want. Okay, where am I at here? We were talking about Samhain. We were talking about Samhain ritual. While waiting on the city bus, and the Mexican lady overheard us and took off. Oh, hell. Yeah, they're a bit superstitious about Bruja, some of them. But if I want the smaller, okay, I read that. Yeah, well, that's for Santa Muerte. I don't know about other deities. Yeah, and each one's different. That's why whenever I was telling the new witches, um, if you want to work with a goddess, then you need to learn about her. You need to find out what she likes and what. Just because one witch says, okay, well, she likes chocolate cake, which for me, she does like chocolate cake. Okay. For another witch that's given her an offering, she may not like it. And then, I get the question, well, how will I know if she likes it or if she don't? I don't know how you'll know. You'll just know. I mean, I don't know. I don't have Hecate's mind. I don't. I know a lot about her, and she has come into me a few times, several times. And then I feel I know her, but as soon as she steps out, it's like, I've pretty much forgotten that feeling, or I don't know how to explain it. I just don't know how to explain it right now. Well, finally, I will finally even the house or I'm going to sleep. I always blow out. Oh, if you're leaving the house, I always blow out the candle, but leaving the lights on, I think that's just for Santa Martha. Oh, okay. You use wish.com? Is that what you're talking about? I don't like Wish. You mean Centasa Broadless? Yeah, he's still here. No, I don't know who that is. Either that or I'm just not reading it right. I don't know who that is. I don't watch many men, to be honest. In fact, well, as far as which men, right now only one comes to mind, and that's Aiden. Honestly, I can't think of a male witch that I actually watch on a daily, or uh, now there's a couple of people on the left hand path that are male that I will watch. Um, One I watched for a couple of years until he's just getting so far out there that I think he's kind of losing his mind. It's kind of how I feel, you know. Um, it just seems like every time I watched him, he was a little bit crazier and crazier, and you just see over the years. You can go back and look at his first video, and then the very last one he made, and it's just you can just see the changes happening slowly but surely. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I love it when anybody on a spiritual path is feels extremely connected to their deities or deity. But I think it's just the way he holds himself, carries himself, the look in his eyes. Um, there's just something different that I'm not too sure if I like or not. And I may just stop watching him. I don't know. But like Savannah on the Black Witch Coven, um, I just love her to death. Even though we don't walk the same path, um, she's very knowledgeable, and I just really like hearing what she has to say. And she's a lot like me in the case where she doesn't mind getting on here and telling you to f off. I mean, if you make her mad enough, or get on her nerves, or say something stupid, then she's gonna bite back. And I like that. I like that about her, because I'm the same way. I mean, I'm a pretty patient person, but then there's times when people may see the bad side of me. I don't think it's the bad side. I think it's a side that sometimes needs to be revealed to let people know, okay, yeah, I'm being nice and I'll do anything in the world for you, but I can also bite your head off and shit down your throat, or shit down your neck. So I prefer to remain good, but I can very easily go the other direction if I need to. And I know some witches won't even speak to anybody on the left-hand path. They call themselves white witches. I'm not going into that. I've already done a video on that. Whatever you want to call yourselves, or they'll call themselves a Christian witch. I'm not going into that. However you want to believe. But a lot of them will not even watch or listen to anybody on the left-hand path, which I think is very closed-minded. Because just because I don't walk that path does not mean that I have not worked with Lucifer. Yes, I have worked with Lucifer. Now, as far as any of the other hierarchy demons, no, I have not. I was seriously thinking at one time about working with Astaroth, but I just either wasn't ready or decided against it. Whichever way, it didn't happen. Not saying that it won't ever happen. You can't ever tell yourself in this path and as an open-minded witch as you're supposed to be. In order to be a witch, you have to be open-minded. There's no way you can consider yourself a witch if you're not open-minded. Really? Come on, get real. You have to know that these things exist, and that the white witches will look at the left-hand path and go, they're evil. Have you ever listened to one of them talk? They're actually just like we are. No, contrary to popular belief, they don't just go around killing animals and throwing blood and guts all over walls and bullshit like that. They don't do that. The people that do that and claim to be Satanists or on the left-hand path, they're lying through their teeth, because they do not do that sort of thing. Now, they may sacrifice something, but it is done in a ritualistic way. Then that's just the way that some of them do things. Some witches use sacrifices. I'm not one of them. I think there's other ways to sacrifice than killing an animal, because I can't do it. And I've already discussed that, and I don't care what anybody thinks about it. My goddess does not require sacrifice like that. Sacrificing of yourself, of your time, is sufficient for her. Which, by the way, I have not done lately, and I've got to get in there and do it. And I probably should have really got in there tonight and did something. But honestly, and I think she knows that here lately, I just haven't been in a good mood. I haven't been feeling right. Not, physically ill, or how do I put it? My aura doesn't feel good to me right now. Too much is going on, and I just have too many thoughts in my head, and I don't want to go to her. And after, not going to the altar for a while, I don't want to just go and bitch and moan, is what I'm saying. Because I, of all people, know that for every bad thing you can think of, if you try hard enough, and you usually don't have to try that hard, you can find 5 things that are or that are good to that each one that is bad. And that's what I've been trying to do. I usually just get just like the orange and the black, because I can get pretty much any other color. Yeah. Yeah. I made her some hourglasses in making her scale. Santa Muerte? You're making her a scale? See, when I think of scales, I think of Themis, the goddess Themis. Yeah, the lady grave dancer is going to start doing lives again soon. She said, yeah, she's done a few already. I know she had a lot going on, and for whatever reason, she wasn't on YouTube, and that's her business. I mean, if she wants to share it with us, she knows that we're here and we'll listen. But I think her family got all of them got COVID. She said all of them got sick. I think she said except her. I told you I can't remember nothing, but she's got it up on a video. All you have to do is go over there and watch it. What she says, just like that freaky Emily chick throwing that big hissy fit about eclectic witches. I don't guess I know about that either. What is she saying about eclectic witches? Because I happen to be eclectic. I do as I please, when I please, and that's just the way it is and always has been. I mean, I do have certain guidelines, don't get me wrong, but not very many. And they're just because they're my way and I've always done them that way and it works for me, and so I keep them that way. It's not because anybody said that it had to be done that way. Because I guarantee you, I'm probably one of the oldest witches on YouTube. Not the oldest by no means, but I probably am up right there with the rest of them. But hell, that girl changes her past like every other day. See, I lost that damn piece of paper because I always have. If you'll notice, I'm one of those note takers, and I have all these little pieces of paper that I write shit down on, and I look through it later, and I'm like, what did I write that down for? I can't remember. And so I look at it to see if I need anything else on the piece of paper, and if I don't, I just throw it away. So somewhere or another, I've lost that name of that lady you wanted me to watch, and I'll do that when I get off here. Um, is that the one you said that I needed to watch? This Emily? I'm not really much on left hand path, but I like to be not. See, that's me. I like I like to watch it because I'm learning. You know, I'm learning about other paths. Knowledgeable, but I'm really good friends with Aries witchcraft. Erie is the left hand path. That's like a Nasa. I really like her, and I talk to her sometimes, or I have talked to her a few times. Um, she's a left hand path, and she's really sweet, really nice. I think what is her? Yeah, I think a Nasa Rose, or it may just be a Nasa now. N-A-A-N. Excuse me, Anassa. Anasa. I think I subscribed to that Eerie Witchcraft just because you said that you liked her, and so I thought I'd support her channel. I'm pretty sure I did. So who? Tell me one more time who this Emily chick is. They got that new girl that just started a channel, and I'm trying to keep an eye out for people, make sure nobody jumps her butt. Well, you can do that, Lady Blonde Wolf, but you know as well as I do, um, on social media, and when you're a witch and you're talking about stuff like this, she's going to have to learn to defend herself. I mean, you know how it goes. You cannot be weak. And, you know, it's just like my channel. Not everything I say or I believe, every witch is going to believe also. Um, I've had some goofballs get on here and talk shit, but honestly, as far as I know, haven't had an actual witch come on here and diss me for anything I've said or that I do. And I don't do that to them either. No, I was talking about Emily. What is her channel name? And I'll check it out and see what I think about her. I'll let you know. Now that new girl, I immediately after we got off that night off here, before I forgot, I went and found her and went ahead and subscribed to her channel to help her out. But I don't remember which one it was. So Emily who? Sister. If I forget what I'm doing. Because I really want to hear what she has to say about eclectic witches. Since I am one, I mean, I don't know how long she's been a witch, but and I'm not saying I'm gonna get on there and start a whole war with her. I really don't care. I was on the Lady Grave Dancers live stream when it comes to Emily. Trust me, you don't want to hear it. Well, now you got me curious. Now I do want to. I promise I won't get mad. Well, I won't promise I won't get mad, but I won't wage war or nothing like that. But anyway. Oh, Emily says that she knows more than you. More than likely, she's supposedly been studying and practicing for 30 years. You mean, okay, she says that she knows more than you, as in anyone that's listening to her, or is she specifically saying me? More than likely, she's supposedly been studying and practicing for 30 years. So, okay. You really want to watch. You just end up getting mad and jumping her shit. Oh, I don't know if I would or not. I don't even know if I'd waste my time on it. She deleted her YouTube channel, so now she just rants on Facebook. Well, you got to tell me who she is so I can at least check her out and form an opinion. I promise I won't challenge her to a broom fight. Well, let's see. So she's been a witch for 30, and let's see, I've been one for 45. Pretty close. Doesn't matter how long you've been one anyway. It's how long you've actually been practicing and how good you've gotten at it. I mean, you could claim to have been a witch, for 50 years. But if you only cast one spell every 10 years, you're not really a witch, are you? Not a practicing witch. See, and I just don't get into bullshit like that. I'm just too mature for that. I have heard things sometimes that certain witches have said that got in my crawl, yeah. But I don't know if it's because I just simply didn't believe the way they did, or if I felt like they were putting me unintentionally into a category, into stereotyping me. Emily Stevenson. Okay. Okay. And that's just her name on Facebook? Or does she have a channel on Facebook with a different name? I don't know. She may already be on my friends list. Usually, if somebody sends me a friend request and I see that they're a witch, usually I automatically friend them no matter what. But then later, if I see some posts that's just whatever, then I'll say bye and I get rid of them. Yeah, goofballs getting on and talking shit. That's Emily. She's been stalking and harassing and threatening other creators for years. Really? Well, I don't know why she'd do that. I don't know what her reasoning for that would even be. And I'll tell you, these uh, so-called witches, I don't even think some of them actually are witches. They just call themselves that. They're in this make-believe land. That get on here and say some of the things that they say, they don't realize that just because another witch that is way more powerful and knowledgeable than they are, just because they don't have a YouTube channel or a Facebook page, or you hardly hear anything out of them at all, it doesn't mean they're not watching. Um, I would be careful if I was some of these girls. Seriously. Emily doesn't have a channel anymore, so get one up and then delete it. Now that's what I'm saying. Is that just her name on Facebook and she has that up there, or does she have a Facebook group? Is it just her personal Facebook? Addie. Okay, well I got that. So it's under her name then, no group name. We get off here, I'll just send you a clip. Just look out for your messenger. Oh, okay. Well, Uh-oh. When I first started getting on YouTube, I mean, when I first started watching the other witches, I was just amazed at how many there were, for one. Because I wouldn't say I was actually in the closet. If somebody ever asked me about it, um, I would definitely not deny it. But I didn't advertise it like I do now. I wasn't as open as I am now. But a lot of it, as I've said, was because of my grandmother that is now no longer on this earth. Um, because it hurt her. It hurt her feelings even thinking, because she was a devout Christian, and in her eyes, I was going to burn in hell, and she just couldn't stand the thought of that, and it just made her extremely sad. So I didn't, I didn't ever do anything around her. I didn't have anything in her house that made her uncomfortable, out of respect. So, according to her, she's been a witch for 30 years. There's so many people that can't stand her that they've dedicated a channel to her. Yes. I think I heard something about that. That's ringing a bell up here. Yeah, you confront her and tell her how full of shit she is. She'll just block you off her Facebook anyway. Keep your friends close, your enemies even closer, my friends. That old adage is very useful. I practiced for 30 years, but she can't make a sigil worth of shit. Any witch, she knows more than any witch because she's been studying and practicing for 30 years, so she knows it all. No way. See, now that's where me and her would probably bump heads. Because I don't care how long you've been a witch, you don't ever know it all. No one. No one. There's always something to learn. Anybody she knows more than anybody. Well, I'll just have to check her out. Yes, I will. We'll see. As I said, she may already be on my friends list. Okay. I mean, she may already be on my friends list. If she hasn't said or done anything, to me to make me delete her, then she's still on there. I don't remember the name though, but then I've got almost 4,000 friends, which I need to go through and delete some of them. A lot of them I've deleted for certain reasons, and I tell them when I accept their friend request, there's very few things that I do not want to see or do not want posted on my timeline. Um, and a few of them have broke my guidelines and they're gone. Yeah, she wanted me to cast a spell on the army because she got mad at them and didn't even spell army right when she tried to make her sigil. Is she fucking crazy? Cast a spell on the army? Oh my God, what are these people thinking? First they want to curse the moon, then they want to cast spells on the army, and what the hell? All I'm going to tell you, she's been a witch, denounces denounced witchcraft, been a Christian, went back to witchcraft, went back to. See, there you go. That right there tells you all you need to know about her. She's been bullying, stalking, harassing, and threatening other creators for years. Well, I don't know anything about her, and it's probably a good thing. I mean, she hasn't, as far as I know, she hasn't stalked me or said anything hateful. And if she has, it must not have bothered me a bit because I don't remember it. And even though my memory's not as well as it used to be, I would remember if somebody, you know, degraded me. But I don't have no beefs. I mean, I don't want necessarily to become enemies with anyone, but I'm not taking anybody's shit either. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'll do anything in the world for anyone. I'll do anything in the world for anyone except take their shit. And I don't plan on starting with her. I'm too old to change my ways now. Well, when she threatened to kill someone's pets, and I was like, yeah, see, that would have pretty much done her in for me. Really? I don't know. I don't know if I want to see her or not. Damn. I mean, if she wants to have a little Powerball throwing contest, we can do that. I had no problem with that. Whee! I don't even care. That is the whole damn that is the whole damn point. I'll sit there and laugh at her and watch everything she tries to throw at me bounce right off of me. Good grief. Oh, I just don't have any time for stupid people in my life. I just don't. Witches are, in general, kind, loving, considerate creatures. We are creatures. We are majestic creatures, wonderful creatures, created for a specific reason. I put in my 2 cents after the animal threats, and then she's been bothering my friends for years, so I finally got her. And she tried doxing me, throwing me, so I'm just sitting back and waiting. Because after her racist rant yesterday, she's going to get her ass beat. Yeah, it sounds like she's just out there trying to start shit, you know. I don't even think she's trying to make friends. I think her idea, she's been watching too much Disney on Wicked Witches of the West shit. And trying to be one. Because I don't believe in a wicked witch. We all have you know, both sides of the coin. And now, if someone is just nonstop all the time, per se evil, uh, I use a different word, more like baneful or bitter. Because evil is such an odd term. You know, it's a very odd umbrellic term that can pertain to a lot of things. Um, I don't usually ever call witches evil. Some of them may do things that we don't understand or whatever. But I don't know. I'll just have to check her out and feel her out myself. No, she's jealous because she doesn't have the abilities of others. She can't get the following like others because she doesn't want to put in the work, and she's jealous. Well, you got to do the work. Most definitely. I mean, nope, if you can't snap your fingers and curse someone or do a spelling under 15 minutes, you're not a witch. Took her 9 minutes to write up a schedule, and she didn't even spell half the shit correctly. um, Now, as far as being able to throw a spell out there, um, most all witches can do that very fast if they choose to. Most of us, okay, I'll speak for myself, but I believe also most witches, we like to make, or I like to make a ritual out of it. I like the, as I've said before, I like the ambiance of my candles. I like the serenity it gives me. Um, I like time so that I get the words right that I want out and into the ethers, and that my goddess is there and working with me, and we're getting this accomplished, and I'm enjoying myself at the same time. That's the only time I honestly can feel truly at peace is when I'm doing a spell, or when I am literally just sitting there basking with her at the altar. Um, but yes, it is very, very possible, and most witches can do that. Can just, and especially if you are an older witch and a more experienced witch, you learn these rhymes just come to you out of nowhere. I've been driving down the road, and all of a sudden, boom, you know, incantation will come in my head. I don't remember them all, but they hit me, and they hit me quick and fast. And yeah, I've been known to, in certain circumstances, I don't have no candles. I don't, have my robe on. I'm not up in my witch gear. I don't have my broom with me. You know what I'm saying? You know the point I'm trying to make. I have absolutely nothing but me and my finger, and I'll do that, and it's done. But that doesn't mean that you're not a witch because you can't do it in under 15 minutes. It is very possible to do it in under 15 minutes. Actually, that's no problem for me at all. I enjoy what I do, and I make it last. It gives me serenity. And now if I get mad, or if I'm in a hurry, if something is very quickly needs to be done, it's urgent, yeah, I'll put it out there in no time. Wouldn't even take me 15 minutes. And I don't need any candles. I don't need my wand. I don't need my broom. All I need is me. Nope, you're not a witch according to her because she is against ritual or ceremony. Oh my God, who is this chick? She's against ritual or ceremonial magic. So I'm really curious to, I would really like to talk to her. I want to pick her brain. Now, the ritual magic, I believe, needs to be done because it honors our ancestors, our ancestor witches, from their old ways. Just the following through, the lighting of the candles, the saging. That's all part of ritual, you know. Uh, the ceremonial. Um, Now, I'm not so much of a ceremonial witch. Um, for me, that's more Wiccan. Um, Now, if I'm wanting to do something for special for my goddess, like on Dipnon, or the new moon, um, if I'm wanting to do something for her, or uh, I hope you know what I'm trying to say. Um, then I will come up with a specific ritual to do for her, or a ceremony. It may include anointing her statue, anointing her favorite candle, favorite color of candle, using her favorite incense, which I do most of the time and every time I talk to her anyway. But a ritual would be, or a ceremony, to me, if you're a Hecatian, then whenever you're making the dipnon, usually the whole time you're preparing that, you're probably putting incantations into it. You're chanting, or I am, or sometimes I'll have certain music flowing through my kitchen, um, to put more energy into the dipnon. And then when I present it, I do it ritualistically, or ceremonially, however you want to put it. But in all honesty, I think that the more ceremonial type witches are Wiccan. They have a lot of ceremonies that they do, um, and a lot of covens. Um, Most of the times, the solitary witches don't do a whole lot of what per se ceremonial magic. Now, if you're doing something specific, like if you're going to call in a spirit, um, one could consider that ceremonial magic, because there's a lot involved in preparing for that specific ritual, and it's a ritual with a ceremony including in it. You see what I'm saying? You can't mix your past if it's not done in hearth and home, then it's bad. Can't mix your pads. It's not done in hearth and home, then it's bad. Well, I don't know. I don't even know I don't even know of any of the older witches that ever um, believed that way. I haven't ever read a book. I haven't ever had anything handed down to me that said anything like that. I'd pick her brain. I'd actually find out, where did you learn? And it's not even accusing her of anything. I'd be really curious to know where she learned her craft, who taught her. Because I always like to get a better understanding of where they're coming from before I zap them, if I'm going to. I may decide not to. And I don't mean zap as in actually cast a spell. I mean say something back to them. Like I said, I'll just send you some videos. I would just love to see your reaction after you watch. That bad, huh? Oh, no, 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 no. Well, um, And as I've said before, if she's been doing this for 30 years, first of all, that's a damn lie. I can feel it in my bones. She has not been doing this for 30 years. For one, the goddesses would not allow her to continue this way for 30 years. She would not be able, she would have all her power, if she ever had any, stripped for being so pompous. It sounds like to me she's extremely pompous. And as a witch, even though in your heart you know that you are a strong witch, a knowledgeable witch, you do not ever think that you know more than the goddess. You know, and to me, it sounds like she's putting herself in those kind of thinking she's getting up in that territory. And that's just not good for her. Because I'm telling you, I've seen it happen too many times. And it was sad because I've known some really good witches that let shit go to their head. And the goddess sets them right the hell back down where they came from. And they either have to start all over or they don't even let them get back up again. Truth. And I mean, I have felt at times that when Hecate has been mad at me, nothing even has to go wrong in my life. When I just know she's not, I won't say mad at me. I would put it more like she's not very happy with me. And it's not, it's a mother not happy with their child. It's not an enemy thinking of ways that they can get at me. That's not the unhappy I'm talking about. Disappointed would be a better word. Um, she doesn't like it when I let people walk on me. I can feel her energy around me when I'm sitting there taking somebody's shit, and she's like, "Get them, get them. You know how? Get them. Don't let them talk to you that way." You can just feel her, you know, or I can feel her nudging me. And when I don't react, then later on, when everything's quiet, I know in my heart and in my soul that she's not very happy with me for me letting somebody walk all over me or get away with whatever it was they did. So there has to be a brain to pick. Her sigil was the army. Can fuck off. She spelled army, armory. Wow. She doesn't stick to a deity long enough. Well, and there's nothing wrong with that. Um, I'm with Hecate just because that's where I want to be. I have worked with other goddesses. She doesn't mind. Hecate is not a jealous goddess. She knows who she is and she's fine with who she is. Um, it, I have worked with other ones: Bridget, Artemis, Diana, however, whichever one you want to call her, um, Athena, Lucifer. I think Lucifer is the only male that I've worked with, or Hades in our world. Lucifer, Hades. Um, some people say they're different. There's a whole nother thing. There's the Luciferians. Whatever. I don't care. Don't judge me. I won't judge you, unless I think you're just completely off your damn rocker, and then I'm going to tell you you're ignorant, and there's no way in hell. And you hardly ever will hear a witch say that, but I will whenever I realize that somebody is just plain daft. According to her, her mother was a real witch. She was Mormon, but yet used tarot cards. See, there's something really wrong with that picture. Mormon, but you use tarot cards. Uh, Not judging. Hecate, what have you got me into now? That's what I'll ask her sometimes. It's like, what are you putting me through now? How do you want me to react to this? But she knows I can handle it. She knows, and it seems like when I think I'm at my weakest, somehow I just come alive. I just come back like I was never gone. So, yeah, I'm gonna check her out because I'm really fucking curious now. I mean, she goes to a different deity practically every week. Oh, well, like I always say, to each their own, practice as you will, it's your path. Um, but it sounds like to me that she's on here really, screwing with the other witches and doing the exact same thing that she does not want done to her. So my advice to her would be you might ought to watch it. Not trying to start a war or anything. I really would not want to see that, but you can't just get on here and start busting down witches, especially when you claim to be one. Um, it just makes no sense. I mean, to me, right there tells me she's not even a real witch. We're usually very tolerant of each other. We may discuss it in an adult manner, but we don't ever say, well, you're past stupid and you're not ever going to get anywhere like that, blah, blah. As I've said, there's very few things I won't accept, and ones if you go to trying to change the direction of the elements, yeah, I'm gonna say you're a dumbass. If you tell me you're gonna try to put a curse on or hex the moon, yes, you're a dumbass. I don't get it. Oh, that's exactly what you would be saying after you watched her. You're off your damn rocker. Oh my. Like I said, I would love to see your face after you watch some of this stuff. Well, watch her tonight, or if I just want to wait till I have all my protection around me so none of her bullshit rubs off through my computer. None of her fog comes through onto my shit. And I may find a whole different outlook on her. Um, I'm more of the, how would I put it? Unless I find it just completely stupid and overboard, like hexing the moon. God, that has to be the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. Seriously. But anyway, don't get me on that again. I won't get myself on that again. Um, Normally, I would probably try to analyze her. I'm just that way. It's like, because I am the very witch that thinks anything's possible, pretty much within reason, but not, there's really no boundaries for us. But I don't know. I guess I'll just have to, and then I will give an honest opinion on it. I will. Just hold off. She has an entire channel that people have dedicated to her because of her shit. I'll just send you 2 videos from her. That is exactly what she was doing. And she said, attack pretty much every path, and a lot of them, she's even practiced. There's already been a war started. Oh, so she's already got people on her tail, huh? And let me guess, she thinks she's powerful enough to fight off, I don't know how many witches. She'd have a hard time fighting off one, it sounds like, much less when a bunch of them get together. And that's what I don't understand. We come on here to try to help each other. And because, our kind has been ridiculed for so very long. And we should not do that amongst very long. And we should not do that amongst ourselves. You know, why create issues amongst ourselves when there's so many people standing in line out in the other public that want to do it for us, you know? But we also have to understand that every once in a while we'll get these in our community that we do have to get rid of, because, well, they make us look bad for one. Number two, they're just spreading a bunch of lies and a bunch of shit that we don't want everybody else picking up on. Um, and to be able to say that about somebody, they would really have to be, like you say, off their rocker, because we are very open minded creatures, you know? Oh, God, I didn't put any conditioner on my hair because of this color in there. And oh, God, it's so hard to brush. But yeah, I'll watch her and we'll see. We'll see who she is. And I'll pretty much know within the first 30 minutes, 15 minutes of watching her. I'm usually really good at that. So she ain't gonna fool me. Not for long. Not ever. You know what I mean? Um, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to get no war. I don't even want to waste my energy on dealing with shit like that. I have other important things to do. You know what I'm saying? She discuss things in an adult manner. She'd always take the opposition no matter what you say. Play the victim card in order to get attention. From what I've been told, she's got schizophrenia and a few other disabilities. Hey, Emily is one of those types of witches you just mentioned. Yeah, I figured that. I'm already getting a vibe from her. Oh no, I won't what? Oh no, I won't what? Ooh, I got purple hair, lavender hair. Come on, you're killing me. Oh no, I won't what? Come on, even an old witch has to have some fun. Damn it. Never lets me have fun. Always have to be the good one. Oh, God. Okay, well, I guess I'll get off here. God dang, it's almost 6 o'clock in the morning. I've been on here 3 hours. I didn't even know that. I didn't even realize I've been on here that long. I'm trying to brush this crap out before I go to bed, so it ain't all. Are you still here? You're probably sitting back going, ooh, I can't wait till Lady Adora sees this. She's gonna be throwing stars around. Oh my. I don't know. We'll see. Are you still there? Because I want to say bye. I don't want to get off here without telling you bye bye. Oh man. All right. Well, I don't know where you went, but I guess I'm gonna get off here, and I will talk to you later. Oh, you'll probably want to kick my ass for even saying. Oh, you were sending that? No, I wouldn't. I said I was curious. I mean, I'd rather find out right quick who she is than just accidentally run across her and flip a lid, you know? At least I'm privy to her. And I won't be surprised when she starts talking. Usually, honestly, I can tell by looking at someone. I really can. Um, but I don't know. All right. Well, I'll get off here and I'll check that out, and then I'm going to take my medicine and then probably go to bed, I think. I can never get this crazy. It's so hard to brush my hair with no conditioner in it. Anyway, all right. I love you, Chica. I love you, Chica, my sister. And I will talk to you on my next video or on your next one. If you ever do another one, I don't even know that you even still doing them. Oh, I hate that. I hate that. I hate that. Keep getting that same little friggin' knot in the back of my head. Sometimes having long hair isn't as great as it sounds. I don't even remember what it was now. It was a few minutes ago, but you're probably going to want to kick my butt for sending. Nah. I said I wanted to know. Oh, no, you won't even take you half an hour. It'll be more like 2 minutes. That bad, huh? Oh my. No, I won't want to kick your ass. I may just sit here and laugh at her, probably, if she's that ignorant. I don't know. Well, I guess we'll see. Oh my. Yeah, it's 6. It's 6 here. I'll probably watch her for a little bit or whatever. Ow. And then stay up long enough to take my medicine and go to bed. More than likely. Okay. Blessed be. I'll talk to you another time, sweetheart. Take care of yourself. Everybody else. Bye bye and blessed be.